श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। कृतण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभः निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विशेषगुरोगणामधिः सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्ते नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमो धर्माय महदे नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्म्यान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय पतते श्रेयस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। So previously, we were looking in the Drona Parva, where Arjuna, after Abhimanyu's death on the 13th day, Arjuna takes a vow at that next day in the battle he will kill Jayadratha, who was blocking the rest of the Pandavas from entering the Chakravyuha behind Abhimanyu. Right? He will kill that, and on the 14th day, he enters that Kuru array formed by Drona. He enters that, and along with him, Uttamauja and Udhamanyu, Drupada's sons, were protecting him, but they could not proceed. So Arjuna, with Krishna on a single chariot, they enter and they make progress and they approach. They were near Jayadratha. But not hearing from Arjuna and hearing Panchajanya blown by Krishna repeatedly, Yudhishthira becomes worried and he sends Satyaki to go in the route of where Arjuna went and see what is the status and hoping that to give help to Arjuna. So, but after a while, Satyaki also goes there, and both Arjuna and Satyaki, they avoid Drona. They have battle with Kritavarma and various other warriors and make their progress. Satyaki goes near Arjuna and he was making progress. Here again, Yudhishthira once more becomes worried. He did not hear anything from Satyaki as well. Satyaki went in. So he was worried for Satyaki. Now he previously was worried for Arjuna. Now he is worried for Satyaki also. So then he turns to Bhima. So again, if you go back, when Arjuna left, he made Satyaki the protector of the king. Okay, so he asked Satyaki to protect Yudhishthira. And then when Satyaki left, he asked Bhima to be protector of the king. And now Yudhishthira turns to Bhima, says that you go. You go and send me a message whether Satyaki and Arjuna, both of them, are safe. So and then Bhima makes his way. He goes and Drona blocks him and he destroys Drona's chariot twice and then defeats him twice. Unlike Arjuna and Satyaki, who respected Drona and avoided battle with him, Bhima battles him, defeats him twice, and then makes progress. He defeats Kritavarman and then he goes after Karna comes and blocks him. So when Karna comes in, again Bhima has a terrible battle with Karna, and Karna in that battle was defeated by Bhima. So Karna's charioteer was killed, horses were slain. So Karna had to withdraw from that battle. So Bhima then was progressing. So meanwhile, seeing Bhima along the way, he also kills a good number of Kauravas, Duryodhana's brothers. He kills, and seeing all this, Duryodhana becomes worried. He comes to Drona and asks, what should I do now? What is my priority? Bhima is progressing like this. Arjuna is nearing Jayadratha. Satyaki is also entered there. What should I do? Drona says that you go and protect Jayadratha. That is the foremost of the duties. Go and protect him. But there is nobody who can stop Arjuna or Krishna or Satyaki, Bhima. You go and try to protect them. Yeah, I'm staying here at the front of this array and I will try to go after Yudhishthira. So saying that, Duryodhana was sent back by Drona. So Duryodhana then at that command of Drona, Duryodhana quickly goes towards the place where it was indicated by everybody, and he goes after to protect Jayadratha. He goes along that route, goes back to where he came from, to the back of the array where Jayadratha was standing. At that time, Udhamanyu and Uttamauja, who were proceeding towards Arjuna, because if you remember, when on the day's battle started, when Arjuna started entering, Kritavarman blocked Udhamanyu and Uttamauja. So Udhamanyu and Uttamauja, they were on the both sides of Arjuna. They were supposed to be protecting Arjuna, right? So from all the troops and everybody coming and attacking from all directions, they were supposed to be protecting. But what happened was Kritavarman resisted those two. So they were held back previously. So now Uttamauja and Udhamanyu, because Kritavarman has been battered severely now by Satyaki and then Bhima. So like this, Udhamanyu and Uttamauja, they had a little bit of opportunity to move forward. They were making towards their progress towards Arjuna. Okay. So again, Arjuna went in, Satyaki went in, now Udhamanyu and Uttamauja, who were supposed to be with Arjuna, they are going towards that. Okay, Bhima also crossed all this stage. So Udhamanyu and they were progressing, and Duryodhana was returning and seeing these two Drupada's sons going there, he starts battle with them. So even though he did not want to have a lengthy battle with them because he wanted to go and protect Jayadratha, Duryodhana starts having battle. Udhamanyu strikes Duryodhana with 20 arrows and his horses with 4 arrows. Duryodhana again with single arrow cuts off Udhamanyu's standard. And then Duryodhana again cuts off Udhamanyu's bow with another arrow, and with a broad-headed arrow, he kills Udhamanyu's charioteer. Then he strikes 4 horses of Udhamanyu, and then he quickly, with 30 arrows, Udhamanyu on the other hand, with 30 arrows, he strikes Duryodhana in the chest. Uttamauja also getting angry, he strikes Duryodhana's charioteer, and then he kills that charioteer, and then he kills 4 horses of Duryodhana. And then Uttamauja in that battle, seeing Duryodhana becoming his brother Udhamanyu becoming chariotless because he was killed by horses were killed by Duryodhana. He takes Udhamanyu on his chariot, and then both of them together started attacking Duryodhana, and he strikes Duryodhana's horses with many arrows, and then kills those horses, Duryodhana's horses. Then again they cuts off Duryodhana's bow with another arrow, and then Duryodhana jumping down from that chariot where horses were killed, charioteer was killed. He takes up a mace, and then he starts making progress towards those two princes of Panchala. And as he was advancing towards them, both Udhamanyu and Uttamauja jumping down from their chariot, Duryodhana hurls that mace towards that chariot, and that chariot becomes crushed into pieces. So then at that time, Madra king comes there, Shalya comes there, and he takes up Duryodhana on his chariot, and then they proceed. And on the other hand, Panchala princess Udhamanyu and Uttamauja jumping onto another 2 chariots, they make their journey towards Arjuna. So like this they progress, and Sanjaya continues his narration to Dhritarashtra here. He says that during that battle, again, Karna, once again, previously was defeated by Bhima. He once again rushes towards Bhima. Like an angry elephant, he rushes towards him. So like this, Karna once again comes after Bhima. Listening to this, Dhritarashtra asked how that battle took place between Bhima and Karna, because both of them are of great strength. Again, once before, Karna has been defeated by Bhima in this battle on this day. How did Karna again proceed against Bhima? And how could Bhima proceed against Karna, who is considered as one of the greatest car warriors, Rathis on this earth? So when he is such a strength, mighty warrior, how can Bhima go against Karna? Because normally, except Arjuna and Bhishma, Drona, nobody else could face up to Karna. So how could Bhima go against him? Again, Yudhishthira is always having considered Bhishma, Drona as he did not fear much, but he feared much. Yudhishthira was very much of fear of Karna, because he knew that Karna is such a great warrior, and he was sleepless because of Karna. So when it is like that, how could Bhima encounter that Karna in that battlefield? What happened? How did they battle? And how did those two fight in that battle? What is the type of battle that took place as they were approaching Arjuna? Again, previously Karna has told Kunti that he is going to be compassionate and he knows that Bhima is his brother and he has promised that he will not kill them. So when it is like that, how did Karna also battle Bhima when who was coming angrily towards him? And Duryodhana as well, he hopes that Karna is going to defeat all the Pandavas, and every hope of Duryodhana rests on this Karna. So how did Karna battle? And like this, Dhritarashtra listening to this Sanjaya's narration that Karna once more, even though once he was defeated, he comes again towards Bhima. He asks all these questions. What happened in that battlefield? Excited, hoping that Karna did defeat or do something to Bhima. Sanjaya continues his narration. He says that he starts narrating that battle that took place between Bhima and Karna. Again, this is one of the beautiful parts of this 14th day battle, which normally we don't hear these days, okay, because Karna is projected these days as one of the lower caste person, and that's why discriminated throughout in this Mahabharata battle, but he was a great warrior and all those kind of things we see, okay, narration that's coming through. But here, what we see in this 14th day, the battle between Karna and Bhima, is what actually shows how strong Karna was, how strong Bhima was. Okay, and ignore the battle that Arjuna might have, or Drona, or Bhishma, or whatever their strength are compared to Arjuna, compared to Karna. Here we see how Bhima fared against Karna. So Karna going after Bhima, he goes there and then he covers Bhima with a dense shower of arrows, like a cloud pouring torrents of rain on a mountain. He goes after them like that. And then, smiling all along, he challenges Bhima. And then Bhima also in that battlefield, he goes after Karna. And Karna tells him that, oh, Bhima, do you know how to fight? So why you are Bhima was thinking, okay, let's not fight with him. I want to go near Arjuna, and he was trying to leave Karna behind. But then Karna starts mocking him, saying that why are you going away from me? Why do you leave from me here and with the desire of going to meet Arjuna? Why are you going in that direction? Come and fight with me. So like this, he challenges him. Bhima, hearing this, he did not tolerate that. He asks his charioteer Vishoka to turn his chariot, and then he goes after Bhima. And Bhima also releases a shower of arrows, straight arrows towards Karna, and then Bhima began to weaken Karna in that battle between them, in that combat that took place between Karna and Bhima. And large number of diverse types of arrows were shot by Karna and Bhima in that battlefield. Karna as well, having great strength, he swallowed all those arrows that's coming from Bhima with his own power of his own weapons, and similarly he shot large number of arrows towards Bhima. And Bhima as well, even though Bhima was very angrily, he was releasing all those arrows. Karna smilingly, playfully, he was mockingly, he was battling with Karna. Karna was battling with Bhima mockingly. He did not show as if he was releasing lots of anger or strength or things like that. He was playing with Bhima. And then again, Bhima in that battle becoming very angry, he pierces Karna with a large number of calf-toothed arrow. And then Bhima once again strikes at Karna with a 373 arrows with wings of bird wings at the end tip of one tip. And then he strikes again Karna's armor with 5 arrows. And then he shoots at whatever the arrows that's coming from Karna's side, Bhima cuts off all that, and then he again strikes at Bhima. So strikes at Karna, and then he pierces Karna with Karna's armor with 64 arrows, and then he strikes Bhima as Karna again, once again, with many more arrows. Karna as well strikes Bhima with large number of arrows. So like this, the battle continues between them, and then the arrows coming from Karna, even though they were striking Bhima, Bhima felt no pain, and instead he laughingly, angrily, he started releasing large number of arrows towards that. Uh, Even though Karna fought mildly with Bhima, Bhima, remembering all the previous wrongs done by Kauravas and Karna, he fought very angrily with Karna. So Bhima, like this, the battle continued between them. Bhima angrily he cuts off with many broad-headed arrows. He cuts off all those arrows coming from Karna, and then Bhima he was so pierced in that encounter with the arrows coming from Karna. He looked like Sanjay narrates that he looked like a porcupine with its quills erect all over his body. He was like that, looking like that, and he was looking like a Ashoka tree, which is in his flowering season. So that tree has a red color flowers, Ashoka tree. So he was looking like that, everywhere wound from his body. He was like that Bhima, but even then, licking his lips, he was striking at Karna without feeling any pain from those arrows all over his body. So he strikes Karna with 25 arrows, and then Karna again with those arrows and the wounds. He was also bleeding heavily. Bhima, facing Karna in that battlefield, he quickly cuts off Karna's bow, and then he slews the four horses of Karna, and then he kills his charioteer. Then he strikes at Karna himself in the chest with a long arrow, and then those arrows piercing through Karna's body went on the other side and then entered the earth. So then Karna again, even though his bow was cut off, Karna, he was very proud of his manliness. He felt great pain. Even in that state, he did not run away from that battle. And again, he proceeded to another chariot. And then so Bhima defeated Karna. So Karna was made bowless, chariotless, and horseless. He did not have charioteer. So like this, Bhima defeated Karna in that second encounter of the day. Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he again asked, what did Duryodhana say, seeing Karna turning away like this in this battlefield when his charioteer and the horses, everything killed, and he was made bowless. So what did Duryodhana do? Because Duryodhana's hope, everything rests on Karna destroying Pandavas. So what did he do? What also did Karna do after seeing Bhima in that battlefield like that, battling like that? So Sanjay continues his narration. He says that Karna, mounting on another chariot, which is again fully equipped with all the weapons he needed, Karna once more goes after Bhima. With angrily, he goes after Bhima, and he now becoming angry because again, when the battle started the second time previously, Karna was mildly striking at Bhima. Now he is getting a little bit angry at Bhima. Okay, so he was not able to easily defeat Bhima. He's getting a little bit angry. So again, he comes after Bhima, and Bhima again recollecting all these woes, that sufferings that they have went through uh, in all these years. He remembers all those things, all the game of dice that happened, the exile, the troubles they had to go through in the forest, the residence in the Virata city where they had to serve the king, and then bearing again, remembering all those mighty kingdom they had, the Indraprastha they had with the prosperity and gems and all those things that was taken away by them, and then the large number of various things of wrongs that's inflicted on the Pandavas by Dhritarashtra and Karna and Dhritarashtra's sons, remembering all that, and then the conspiracy they did to burn Kunti with her sons in the Varanavrat, remembering that, calling all these trees memory, and also the suffering that Draupadi had to go through in that assembly at the hands of all those wicked, evil people, and the pulling of her hair by uh, by Dushasana, and the harsh speeches uttered by Karna in that on that assembly when he said that, "O Draupadi, take another person as your husband because these Kunti's sons are without any, they are like sesame seeds without any kernel, so they do not have any powers, they do not have anything, they are slaves. You take somebody else as your husband," like that Karna said. So remembering all these words that uttered in that Kauravas in that assembly, and the harsh words uttered by Kauravas and everything, and the deer skins they had to wear in that forest, the trouble they had to go through in that forest, everything Bhima remembers in that moment as Karna was coming back to him. Remembering all those things and many other sufferings, Bhima becomes very reckless for his life. He gets even more angry, and then he goes after Karna as he was approaching towards him, and shooting dense shower of arrows with wetted stones at the end. Bhima again covers the entire sky and attacking Karna. Karna as well, quickly baffling all those arrows that's coming towards him with his own arrows. He gives a downpour of arrows on Bhima. So like this, they again, Karna pierces Bhima with 9 sharp arrows, and then those arrows again striking Bhima, and Bhima still fearlessly still rushes towards Karna. And the battle again continues between them. Karna uh, kind of attacked Bhima, and Bhima continuously resisted and then attacked Karna as well. So Karna, in that battlefield, Karna made that he pushed his horses so close that the Karna's horses and Bhima's horses they both intermingled, and then they became so close that they could not move, and the battle continued between them in that with various weapons they started fighting each other. So everybody watching that in that battlefield stopped doing everything and then started watching this, and then Sanjay narrating says that they both continued to cover each other with a large number of sharp arrows, and all this is result of your evil policy, of yours and your son's evil policy. This is what happening. Both of them desiring to take each other's life, shooting arrows, and were fighting. So while they were fighting like that, Krishna and Arjuna thought this burden this Bhima is taking is too much for him. Because they thought Karna is too much probably for Bhima to face, and Arjuna and Krishna were at a distance. Seeing Karna battling like this, Bhima battling Karna like this, they thought it's probably too much. But they let this battle continue. So Dhritarashtra again asks, listening to this, "I regard Bhima strength as exceedingly wonderful because battling Karna in a single battle, one-to-one battle, he was battling with great energy in there. Tell me why that Karna, who is capable of resisting even Devatas, could not defeat Bhima in that battlefield. Why he could not defeat? Tell me, Sanjay, why he could not defeat in that battlefield? How did that battle took place between those two? And what did Arjuna and Krishna do in that battlefield while Bhima was battling like that? What did they do? And Karna again will never succeed in this battlefield against these Pandavas. Karna has been defeated many times previously, and he has been defeated many times by Pandavas, been defeated in the Virata war, and then when the Gandharvas came, and then previously when they were in the forest and things like that, he's been defeated repeatedly. So, having robbed Pandavas of their treasures, their wealth, and everything else, now this my son who is conversant with decide he is now insulted Pandavas very much. I am also uh, of unrefined soul. I am overcome with affection, my children. I did not stop my son from insulting Pandavas like that. Yudhishthira, he always showed himself as desiring peace, but my sons, however, did not listen to any of this. So tell me, how did this battle that took place between Bhima and Karna, tell me all those in detail, like this Dhritarashtra again interjects, and then he again wants to hear more. So Sanjay continues. He says that that battle that took place between Karna and Bhima looked like a two angry elephants in the forest, destroying everything that's coming in their way and also trying to kill each other. So, like this, they were battling. Karna very angrily putting forth his all his strength. He strikes Bhima with 30 arrows, and then again he strikes Bhima with many arrows with keen points, and each of those arrows decked with gold. Bhima again with three sharp arrows, he cuts off the bow of Karna, and then with the broad-headed arrow he kills Karna's charioteer once again, and then Karna then with the desire of killing Bhima, he seizes a very sharp arrow with stone tips. He that arrow looking like Yama itself, he coming towards him, he hurls that arrow towards Bhima. And then Bhima cuts off that arrow with seven arrows of his own. He cuts off that arrow that's coming towards him. Like this, he battles, and then the bear again, Bhima again looking out for the opportunity. He strikes at Karna with arrows with peacock feathers and golden wings on them with stone tips. So Karna also showing great energy. He takes up another bow and then he starts striking at Bhima. So like this, the battle continues between them. Having again, Bhima cuts off large number of arrows and utters a loud roar in that battlefield, happily of facing Karna and resisting him. Then again, both of them battle. Bhima once more cuts off Karna's bow, and then he kills Karna's chariot horses, and then his charioteer is already killed. So, like this, Karna once again became made steedless, horseless. He became driverless, and he became again once again plunged into great anxiety. So, this is the third time on the 14th day Karna was defeated by Bhima. So, like this, stupefied by Bhima with arrow showers, Karna did not know what to do because he did not have a chariot that was moving. He did not have horses. He did not have charioteer. His bow was repeatedly cut off by Bhima, and Bhima was covering him with large number of arrows. He did not know what to do. At that time, seeing him in that condition, Duryodhana, with trembling, trembling with anger, he tells his brother Durjaya, go, Durjaya, go where Bhima is, because that beardless Bhima is about to destroy great. He is going to hurt Karna now. Go and protect him. So when he says that, Durjaya says, "Okay, I will go," and then he goes after Bhima. So Durjaya strikes Bhima with 9 arrows and his horses, Bhima's horses with 8 arrows and his charioteer Vishoka with 6 arrows and his standard with 3, and once more he strikes Bhima with 7 arrows. Bhima becomes angrily, he pierces Durjaya with his own arrows, and Durjaya with his horses, charioteer, all of them were killed in that battle. Bhima quickly kills all of them in that battle. Karna, seeing Durjaya killed like that, he weeping in grief, he goes around that body of Durjaya, giving him the respect, and then he once again comes after. Uh, he once again comes after Bhima. So even though carless, even though he did not have chariot, smilingly he covers Bhima with large number of arrows standing on the ground. He covers him. So again, Karna did not yet avoid any that Bhima, he continued to battle, but again he struggled against Bhima. Then that Karna once more completely defeated like that by Bhima, he mounted on another chariot and speedily again began to strike at Bhima. So with large number of arrows, he strikes again at Bhima. Then Karna again striking at Bhima with large number of arrows. He once more pierces Bhima in the chest. Bhima again in return pierces Karna in the chest. So the battle continues. Karna, Bhima with large number of arrows. Once again, uh, they fight each other. So again, deeply pierced by Bhima in that battlefield, Karna began to lick his tongue with his tongue, the corner of his lips. He started angrily. He was biting his teeth, and then he became very red in his face, and then he strikes at Bhima. For Bhima's destruction, he strikes an arrow, and that arrow piercing through Bhima, it goes on the other side and enters the earth. Then Bhima angrily with heavy six-sided mace, he strikes at Karna, and again that mace going there, and then it kills those horses of Karna, and again once again with sharp arrow razor faced arrows, he cuts off Karna's standard. He kills Karna's charioteer one more time. So this is the fourth charioteer on the day Karna lost. And again, Karna once more abandoning that chariot which horses were killed, charioteer was killed, standard was destroyed. Karna once again cheerlessly stood on the ground, drawing his bow, pulling his bow, and then trying to face Arjuna, trying to face Bhima. Seeing this again, Duryodhana tells his brother Durmukha, "O Durmukha, Karna has been deprived of his chariot by Bhima. Go and support him." So, seeing this, Durmukha rushes towards Bhima, and Bhima again angrily, while resisting Karna, who was still holding his bow and releasing arrows towards him. While resisting Karna, Bhima dispatches Durmukha to Yama's place. So he kills Durmukha as well. So when Durmukha was killed like that, Karna once again becomes very much tearful. Seeing Durmukha killed like that, he again goes around Durmukha, and then he did not know what to do, breathing heavily, taking long breaths, hot breaths. Karna did not know what to do at that time. And seizing that opportunity, Bhima shot 14 arrows at Karna. Those arrows again piercing through the armor of Karna. It went through the other side of the body and then entered the earth. Then Karna, reflecting for a moment, he pierces Bhima in return with 14 arrows, and those arrows again went through Bhima's right arm and then went to the other side. So Bhima again started really shedding large amount of blood from those injuries. Then Bhima strikes Karna in return with 3 arrows, and then he strikes his Karna coming on a new charioteer now battling. So he strikes his charioteer with 7 arrows. Then Karna strikes at Bhima. So again, he was very much afflicted by Bhima, and Karna became very much distressed, and he did not know what to do, and he started running away from that battlefield, leaving that battlefield from Bhima. He started running away from that battle. So, like this, Karna repeatedly defeated by Bhima. Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he says that destiny is very supreme. Whatever the effort we put, that's useless, because destiny, whatever that's supposed to happen, happens. Otherwise, how could Karna be defeated like this by Bhima? Karna boasts his competency to defeat all the Pandavas, including Krishna. He says that I do not see in this world another warrior like this. So Duryodhana also says that I do not see another one like Karna. So like this Duryodhana says, but Duryodhana used to tell me that Karna, he is a great bowman, and he's above all the fatigue. If I have Krishna as my ally, then even Devatas will not be able to match me. Like this Duryodhana used to say. So tell me, Sanjaya, what did Duryodhana do when Karna was defeated like this? What did Duryodhana do? Whom did Duryodhana dispatch to battle Bhima? This Duryodhana sent that unsupported Durmukha and Durjaya for the slaughter by Bhima. So what did they do? Even Ashwatthama, Shalya, Krupa, all those united together probably will not be able to face up to this angry Bhima. So how could, who has got this Bhima has got 10,000 elephant strength, how could anybody face up to him? So what did they do? What did Arjuna, what did Duryodhana do? Tell me all those things. So like this he asked. And he says that a man may return having entered the adobe of Yama's home. He may return, but one cannot enter having encountered Bhima in the battlefield. So this angry Bhima is like a blazing fire, and all these people going towards him are like the insects that enter in that fire. They are going to get destroyed in this. So he who is seeing that Bhima in that battlefield, what did everybody do on the other side? What did happen? So if it looks like all my sons' lives are at danger, what did they do? Sanjay says that you are now grieving because of this carnage. You, without doubt, are the root of all this destruction of this world. So we were very obedient to the counsels of your sons. You have yourself provoked this fierce hostility. Everybody urged you not to do this, but like a ill man not taking medicine, you did not listen to any of that. Now yourself drunk with this fierce poison. Now you are thinking about the consequences. All those combatants you mentioned, they are all fighting to the best of their strength, but you sitting here, you are talking ill of them. You are saying that Karna is not good. You are saying Durjaya, Durmukha, whoever it is, kill, they are not good, or Drona is not good, and all those kind of things you are saying. But you are sitting here and talking here. It's all because of you. They are all fighting to the best of their strength. Just because they cannot defeat Pandavas in that battlefield, Pandavas who cannot be defeated by anybody, you are sitting here and talking them of ill of them. That is not good. So listen to carefully however this battle took place. So like this he says, seeing Karna defeated like that, Duryodhana sends more brothers towards Bhima. They were Durmarshana, Dussaha, Durmada, Durdara, Jaya. These were sent, and all of them were again coming towards Bhima. All of them started attacking. Karna as well, he returns to the battle and he starts fighting. So meanwhile, Bhima battling Karna and these five brothers that came there, Durmarshana, Dussa, Durdara, Durmada, and Jaya. So while resisting Karna, Bhima kills all these five with 25 arrows, 5 each for them, with the horses, charioteer, and them. So he kills all of them in that battlefield. So Karna again resisting, even though he was attacking Bhima, Bhima was resisting Karna and then still managed to kill all these five brothers of Duryodhana who came after him. So like this, the battle that took place. So the battle continues between Bhima and Karna. We will look at that next time when we gather.